I've never been the same since I saw this movie.
Simply one of our best directors ever.
It's amazing. It's beautiful to look at. It's entertaining.
This is a terrific movie. It's one of my all-time favorites.
I think it's a perfect essential. Libeled Lady delights you from the very beginning to the end.
The casting in this movie is just extraordinary. So many different personalities perfectly cast in this film.
This movie is full of, like, twists and turns.
With Libeled Lady, you just have a great time at the movies.
We hire some attractive girl to marry me, and when the time comes, she stages a pretty little scene over her erring husband and sues Connie for alienation of affection.
That's it. That's it. The star called Connie a husband stealer. She denies it. All right, we duplicate the situation. Only this time she does steal a husband. This time we're right.
Let her go to bat with a libel suit after that and see what she collects.
Yeah.
I'm so glad you're so fond of this movie. It's one of my all-time favorites. And, you know, strangely enough, it's a movie that not a lot of people are that familiar with. And I think it is so great. It's got this great cast, these four terrific actors, Spencer Tracy and Jean Harlow and Myrna Loy and William Powell. And they're all kind of the same stature, and they have parts that fit them beautifully. The script is funny. The direction is wacky and wild. It's just a great time at the movies.
This is a film that just delights you the whole time. I mean, and I love whether it's Myrna Loy and how sort of tough she is in the beginning, and then she, you know, begins to crack and soften a little bit, or, you know, how, you know, one person has feelings for one person, then all of a sudden that starts to shift through the middle of the movie. I just thought there were really powerful moments where you're like, oh, great, she's kind of melting and, like, opening up to him, or, oh, my God, she's starting to see that he's great and like him. And, you know, these two women, I really thought the women are so strong in this movie that when they face off with each other, it's so exciting to watch.
I've done enough talking.
Right, now it's my turn.
Don't think you can offer me money because...
I wouldn't think of it.
Pleading isn't going to do you any good.
I'm sure of that.
Oh, what else is there to talk about?
You.
Me?
It's also interesting, the dynamics behind the scenes, because William Powell and Jean Harlow were a couple. You know, not married yet, but they were a couple, yet she's playing opposite Spencer Tracy in this movie.
And she's so good in her role. And her and Spencer Tracy are so good together. I mean, their banter back and forth, their bickering is so electric and unannoying. It's, like, delicious and fun to watch.
But you also got Myrna Loy and William Powell. This is, I think, their 6th film out of 14 films they made together, so they've already got a rhythm going that's amazing.
And then wasn't this the same year that the great Ziegfeld won the Academy Award?
That they're both in as well.
Over this movie.
Yes, exactly.
That they're also both in.
This is also, I think, a great example of the value of the studio system when they had all these people under contract, so you could get them at that moment. You know, you want to start, if they weren't under contract at the studio, you'd have to maybe wait 6 months because William Powell was working on another picture, and, you know, Myrna Loy on another film and all that. But when you had the control over the actors and you could set that time aside, you could get 4 people like those 4 together at the same time and end up with a result like that.
Yeah, I think one of the things, you know, that really struck me about this film is how absolutely current it is. I mean, this is a film about public scandal and trying to put out that fire. Now, if that's not relevant today, I don't know what is. Because this is, you know, set in the world of a newspaper, but with the sort of, you know, shocking revelations that we have with everybody knowing everybody's business.
To sell papers.
We live in a world that's all about scandal.
Right.
And so I thought, like, this is a great remake film. It's totally relevant today.
Right.
How fun it would be to see 4 current actors, you know, playing, you know, in this field of this storyline that is so relevant to absolutely what goes on in our day and age.
I wish I knew somebody who directed and produced.
I know.
To recommend that to.
I know.
Yeah.
Well, think about that while we're watching the movie, and I'll go try and conjure something up in the break.
Let's look at the movie. Here it is. One of the all-time great screwball comedies from MGM in 1936, Libeled Lady.